Welcome to the Higher Level Mindset. Now, a lot of people are being targeted recently. I'm going to speak about my experience as well and how you can basically overcome this and why this is happening to you in your day-to-day life. Now, most human beings are operating on a low frequency. The world is made to keep most people on a low energy level and not think for themselves. Now, if you are in any way different to other people and how they operate, you have to realize that they're going to notice this about you. And not all of the times are their reactions going to be positive towards you. You'll get people who admire you for you doing your own thing, for you thinking for yourself, and people will be able to pick up on you being on a higher frequency, especially women. Women are naturally more spiritual than men a lot of the time. So when you are working a job, or if you are in school, or if you are in a place where a lot of normal people operate as such, and you aren't exactly like them, they will pick up on this and they might get jealous of you. They might throw a joke your way. They might try and do something to you to get a reaction. Or you might just all of a sudden come across a demonic or a negative encounter out of absolutely nowhere. Now, I'm going to speak about one of my negative encounters that actually happened to me in my workplace. So, I was going on semen retention for 5 months. I do have a separate video on semen retention if you're interested in that. And I was on semen retention for, I think, around 5 months. Like months, this is the longest streak I've ever been on. And I was in my workplace. I used to work in a hotel. And when I was in the canteen, there was 2 girls I was speaking with. And one of the girls lashed out on me out of nowhere. Now, how the story basically goes was, I made a joke a couple of days ago where I was like, do you think you could beat this guy in a fight? Or whatever. And we were all joking around. And she somehow flipped that to me, calling her fat. And she basically, out of nowhere in the canteen, this was 2 days after this happened, started attacking me, started throwing salt at me, was like near a demonic encounter. And these type of things where people will get mad at you or find little things to get mad at you over is completely normal. You have to realize if you're one of the human beings who are operating on a high frequency, you need to be able to deal with negative energy in your day-to-day life. If you want to be successful, you need to be able to deal with people who aren't that nice to you, people who are disrespectful to you. Now, if people are making a joke here or there, I'd say just notice it. You can brush it off a lot of the time. If it's direct disrespect, you can deal with it how you want to deal with it. You can check them for whatever the likes of that, especially if you're a guy. Now, if it's for a girl, you are going to experience girls talking behind your back. It's extremely rare that girls actually will confront and say something to each other's faces. It's usually a lot of drama and bitchiness behind each other's backs. With guys, it would be more so little jokes, or it would be more so actual one-on-one confrontation. Another thing I experienced in work was I was walking up a stairway and I was bringing up wine for one of the weddings. And one of the guests was behind me. This guy looked like he was literally out of prison. He had one eye, scars, the likes of that shit. And I was like, what's up? Or I didn't say what's up in work, you know what I mean? I was like, just having small talk with him. And I brought up the wine to the top of the stairs. And all of a sudden, I was talking to this guy. He seemed actually friendly enough. And then when I got to the top of the stairs, I turned around and this guy was standing in my face. And he was like, oh, do you think you're a hard man or something? And I was kind of just standing there. I was like, I was a bit wondering. Now, I wasn't obviously going to lash out on him because I was in work and the likes of that. But then he was waiting to see how I'd react, basically. Then he was like, oh, I'm only messing with you and all this, and walked off. And my co-workers came around the corner and they were like, what was that about? So when you are raising your frequency as an individual, you're going to experience things that you've never really experienced before. And even when I've raised my frequency over time, because you'll get it, you'll be more aware of different things. I've seen shadows and the likes of that, things out the corner of my eye. I get pick up on people's energy a lot more. Also, if you're a guy and you're raising your frequency, you'll be able to attract a lot more women. People will vibrate towards you. So this is the thing, it's not always going to be negative. But again, the whole reason it could be negative or you could be being targeted is because people aren't on the same frequency. People aren't matching the level that you're on, and they're going to basically see you as an enemy. This could be jealousy, or they might not even know why they're seeing you as an enemy. So I explained this in my very first video, that it's like an electric fence, that there's different charge levels on it. And if your charge level is not the same as other people, you don't know how they're going to take that. They're going to admire you for it. They're not going to admire for you. They're going to see you as an enemy. And this is going to be especially common in school. It's going to be especially common in your workplaces. And you have to hold yourself in a way where you don't take disrespect as well at the exact same time. I'm not saying go around just because you're in a high frequency and take a bunch of shit from other people. That's not what I'm saying at all. Now, if you are purposely operating on a higher frequency and you're purposely trying to conserve your energy, you need to know what to do with that energy as a man or a woman. So you have to have a purpose that you're working towards. There is no point in you being on a high frequency using that energy not to work towards something. And when I say work towards something, it's usually going to be something different to what other people do. So let's say everyone's working a job and everyone's in college or everyone's in school and they're going out on the weekends and you're not exactly doing what they're doing. They're going to wonder, they're going to question about you. Again, this is going to make some people attractive towards you. This is going to make some people jealous of you. And some people who actually are jealous or negative towards you, they might actually like you, but they just don't really know how to express that without you getting your ego up. So you being on a high frequency a lot of the time, it doesn't mean you have an ego, but it means you are confident. And a lot of people don't like confidence. Like, that's just how the world is nowadays. A lot of people are worried about what other people are doing with their lives. Once you're worried about what you are doing with your own life, but you're in a place where you're around other people aren't going to like that. Other people like you being like them. If you're not like them, you're going to make them insecure. So like, that's as simple as that. Now, this was a very simple video on me breaking this topic down. Not really as long as my other videos. But if you're interested in self-improving, so like finances, your mindset, your health, anything the likes of that, I have a free group in my YouTube bio and a VIP group in my YouTube bio as well. And hopefully this video did resonate with you, because I know a lot of people go through this experience and it's not the nicest thing, but I'm telling you, I've went through the exact same experiences probably that you have gone through, and you have to learn how to deal with it. The only thing you can do with negative energy is not let it get to you. If you're on a higher frequency, you're going to come across more negative energy, and sadly, that's just how the world is made nowadays. So, appreciate everyone who's watched this video as well.